Oh, now this is comfortable. Listen to that V6. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Now, if you like reviews of interesting, unusual cars like this kind of thing, make sure you hit the subscribe button and check out the back catalogue of previous reviews and drives and all the projects here on the channel. Now, on with this particular review. Hello and welcome to Furious Driving, and this is a Mark II Toyota Alphard, or as it's pronounced in Japanese, a Toyota Alphard. Yes, this is the Mark II, the AH20 of the Alphard. There was an original Mark I, the AH10, which came out in 2002. The AH20 came out in 2008, and they've continued to make these up until the present day. And this is an interesting thing, because whilst we in Europe and America have pretty much abandoned the MPV, the minivan, the people carrier, the practical, usable, car-based, fun-to-drive style of multiple-person practicality in favour of utterly useless, bad-handling, cramped interior SUVs and crossovers, Japan still loves these things. Yes, they do have those things over there as well, but these things are still everywhere. And that makes it very interesting. I'm here at Go Green Motors in Kent, where they import these things fresh from Japan all the time. And they've got a wide range of sizes. You might have seen the Honda N-Box the other day. They also have the middle-sized variants as well. And we'll be coming back to those at a later date. This, though, is the Alphard, which is a big, up to 8-seater version. And what's also curious about these is a number of variations on a theme you can have with this one platform. Because yes, it is a large, I nearly called it a van just then. It's not a van. So often with European MPV people carrier things these days, it is a van first that's been peopleized, which means that yes, modern vans do drive very nicely, but they don't quite drive like cars. This though is kind of a car first, which is just very big. And you can have it in a variety of options of trim and powertrain and engine and all sorts, really. There's even two versions of the car. There's this, the Alphard, which is the standard luxury one, and there is the Vellfire, which is virtually the same, but is considered a little bit more sporting. So we'll start our look around here at the front, and what's interesting, apart from the fact that it's got a splitter that's barely a hand's width off the ground, making it look quite sporty even in the luxury trim, and its big chrome grille and the big headlamps. It was facelifted in late 2011, so this is the new look with the bigger grille. All cool stuff. This badge, quite a few Japanese cars are badged independently from the manufacturer that makes them. So this is a Toyota, obviously, but this has got the Alphard badge. The Alphard badge is a lowercase a, and the name Alphard comes from the Alphard star, the brightest star in the Hydra constellation. So it's all very astronomical and rather wonderful. The Vellfire version of the car is meant to be a combination of the words velvet and fire, symbolising softness and luxury and power. But it's basically the same car, but a bit more sporty apparently, different alloys. Now stepping back, it is a big wee beastie. It's 4850 millimeters long, it's nearly 5 meters, 1830 millimeters wide, that's 1.83 meters from left to right and 1.87 tall. And that's because it's designed to be a luxurious up to 8-seater, so 6 to 8 seats can be crammed into this thing, not as you might expect a 9-seater, 2 up front, 2, possibly 3 in the middle, and then 2 in the back. But they're all designed to be luxurious, comfortable, arm-rested captain's chair style things. Power doors, obviously. Stepping inside, I mean, look at this wonderful seat. It's armrests on both sides. It's got built-in cup holders. There's fold-out tables, and the smell of leather, just lovely. We'll explore this all in a moment. Really, really nice. Now, under the bonnet, that's where it also keeps being interesting, because there's 2 engine options and 2 drivetrain options. It can either be front-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive, which is really handy if you live in one of the snowier climes. Then there are 2 engine choices. There is a 2.4 litre 4-cylinder 170 horsepower motor, which is fitted to a CVT gearbox. CVTs never quite got the traction over here as they did in Japan. There are a few cars that persevere with them. People find them a bit weird over here. Then there's this. This has got the 3.5 litre 280 horsepower V6 in it. It's Toyota's really, really well used and well regarded motor that fits in all the top end Toyotas and a plethora of Lexuses. Lexi perhaps? So you've got smooth, creamy, extreme power that is delivered through a 6-speed automatic gearbox. But because of the shape of the car being sort of broadly van shaped, the engine, although it's set more or less ahead of the axle line, it is also pushing back quite a long way, so you do have a fairly far back set dashboard and interior space to make room for this big old... Now when it comes to luxury, the middle row of the Alphard or the Vellfire is where it's at, because this is, as the name implies, very luxurious indeed. And honestly, this is like business class on a nice jet. Let me bring you in here because there is so much to see in here. Okay, after you've pulled the power door and it's slid back, you have carpeted steps. You have the name Alphard greeting you as you climb in. You've got the deep, interestingly patterned carpet. And the thing you cannot miss are these wonderful, I don't think the captain's chairs, because captain's chairs revolve. These appear to slide back and forth quite a long way, so you can make this extremely comfortable in every position. This has got exorbitant amounts of legroom right now, and there's still a ton of legroom for the rear seat passengers, which have still got a bit of luggage space for a week's shopping behind. So incredible. Now these seats are powered in multiple directions. So recline, which is nice. We've got our power footrest, which is also very nice, or leg rest, because I won't call that the footrest, because this is your footrest. Like in a nice old Rolls-Royce or Bentley with a carpeted footrest that pops out from behind the front seat, you can be reclining virtually in this car. This is absolute luxury. You've got a hook so you can hang a jacket or bags or whatever else back there. We have got a cup holder built into the armrest itself. Then we've got two more cup holders here in this centre table, a wooden centred centre table no less. But you're thinking, oh, 4 cup holders between 2 people, that's plenty. No, there are 2 more, 1 in each door. So you've got 6 cup holders for the 2 people in the back. You can travel in extreme luxury back here. I've got to sample this chair. It looks extremely comfortable. If anything, I'm too comfortable. It's a proper relax and just fall into the car. I've got these winglet things on the headrests that let you just, oh, lol. So you really can enjoy. But then looking up here, there's even more to see in this beautiful beige emporium of delights. Well, hardly unexpected to see a sunroof, but then we see a second sunroof for the rear seats. Then we have our climate control here in the back, in the ceiling. So we've got full control over everything that's going on in our breathing environment. And this has got an air purifier built into the car as well. This little sensor over here, the new little sensor, that tells you how good or bad the air in the car is. And it's got air purifiers to give you the ultimate air purification. So you don't want to be breathing bad air while you're watching something on your large screen TV here in the back. This is our nano air purification and climate control system, I believe made by Panasonic. I believe this is where your purified air will jettison into your enjoying face. Oh, and check out these lovely little LED lamps just there. And of course, electric sunroof. Wow, this thing has got everything. I'm struggling to think of things I might conceivably want in addition to what's already here. There's so much space, so much luxury. It's just crazy. We've got speakers in the doors. We've got big door pockets in the doors. They are powered. We've got Japanese writing to explain how all the seats and footrests work. Looking forward, check out this multi-level center console with stuff. It's like the rear decks of a 1950s ocean liner as it steps back and back and back closer to the water. We've got our roll-top desk cupboard storage area, which I'm scared to put my hand in. It seems to go down so far. There could be anything down there. We've got a little cubby area just there for putting keys and drinks and things. This concealed area here hides yet 2 more cup holders. If you read that little logo just there, slide lever, pop your hand in there, squeeze it, this whole lot slides back, covering the lower area, so you've got multiple layers of concealed stuff, and revealing yet another cubby area in the front. My goodness, there is so much going on here. So even all the way here at the back of the Alphard, is this powered? No, it's not. I thought it was going to be. You're still living in a world of relative luxury, because you walk through here, we've got ourselves 2 more seats. This car is in a 6-seater configuration. You can also have it in an 8-seater depending on how you want to spec all of the seats. This though is the big luxury one. So as boots go, this is already commodious, and because these seats are mounted up high like on a Discovery 2 or something, it means the floor is very low, so you can easily load big heavy things in here. If you're shifting a washing machine, if you're doing an airport run and you've got a lot of suitcases, they can stack in easily, especially if they're nice and heavy. Nice and heavy, just heavy. But we have got these Velcroed to the side seats. Let's see if I can work out how you take them down. Oh, easy, just one click. That folds down as it comes down. Oh, that's a beautiful mechanism. That rotates this foot down as it comes down. These locking tracks on the floor. Lock that into there. I believe there's another lever down here. And wow, suddenly our 3rd row seat is here, complete with an armrest. Forget your wishy-washy, tiny-weeny seaties like you might find in the back of a Volvo XC90 or something. That is a proper luxury captain's armchair. This is full-on luxury. Let me take you in here. Now normally you'd step up and walk in through where that nice tray is, but today I'm going to walk in from the back and show you this. This is fully luxurious. Forget your tiny seats that only children can sit in the back of a Volvo in. This is full-on, full-size luxury. You've got more space in here than you would have in your average aircraft seat. You've got a pair of cup holders. You've got a strip of wood effect trim. You've got a small oddment tray there. You've got a larger oddment tray down there. I've got all the knee room in the world. So much space. I can even recline quite a long way. This is really, really nice. Ah, that's so good. And looking up above, I've got ventilation, I've got a light, and I've got a grab handle and a coat hook. There's everything back here. It does look a long way from the back of the car to the front though. I must say, I am fascinated by these winglets, these ears on the side of the middle row armchair headrest, so you can really kind of relax into that and let your head loll. That's properly comfortable. And to put it all away again when you're done, raise your armrest, pull that wee lever, that folds back down again, and that rises up once more, and that beautifully just folds back in. It doesn't flap or anything, it's just tight. And then use a little snippety clip, and we're good. We're golden. Take that, Land Rover Discovery 2. In the front, we've got keyless entry, or locking I should say. The key in my pocket. Big doors because it is quite a tall car, and a sea of beige, a festival of tan, lovely leather, really soft, nice leather, all this lovely perforated stuff all across the seats. And these seats are multi-way adjustable and all electric, up and down at the back, up and down at the front, forward, backward obviously, reclination, got armrests. But let's start with the door, and there's a lot going on here. We've got memory seats, so we've got 3-position memory, we've got 2 tones of pattern. It's beautiful slashing back into the soft. Is this more leather or is this vinyl? I can't quite tell. It's so cold today. A bit of fake satin around the door pull, 4 electric windows with all auto, as it says quite clearly used here. Window moonroof lock, so you can lock the roof. Electric mirrors obviously, huge speakers, bottle/cup holder, big storage area. And you notice as we climb up, we've got a carpeted step. So if you're thinking this is a long way up into the car, you've got a step, but it's a carpeted step because we're in Ultimate Luxury Edition, all the good stuff. You notice here as we step in and step through, don't ignore the Japanese writing and the Japanese servicing information saying when it's done at 124,000 kilometers, not miles, kilometers, it's a lot less. It is of course an automatic, so 2 pedals and a push pedal for the parking brake down there, and we've got a lot of buttons around here. Let's step up. Ooh, a little bit tight on my knees. First off, exemplary T-shelf. It's got to be a metre from here at the front of the dashboard over to the end of the windscreen. So much of this real estate is hiding the engine and transmission underneath us. And it is a very, very, very Japanese looking dashboard. Unsurprisingly, it's basically a Japanese market car after all. We've got the black elephant hide at the top. We've got the fake dark wood, which is really nice. And then we've got the nice tan to match the rest of the interior. You can sort of see the marbling effect of the wood grain in this trim here. And we've got the fake engine turned silver chrome around the gear shift and the infotainment. We've also got 4 big air vents which are nicely placed at kind of face height for getting good ventilation into the cabin. And check out these really nice dials. They've got a big sort of dark satin chrome effect surround, which contains the numbers. So your rev counter going up to, redlining at 7 going up to 8, your speedometer going up to, well, 180 I believe, but that is kilometers per hour, not miles per hour, I think. I assume it is. I doubt this thing will do 180 miles an hour. If it does, I'm mightily impressed. But that's a lovely little dashboard instrument binnacle we've got going on just there. Steering wheel, fairly normal, nice round shape, buttons for volume and mode, that kind of stuff. We've got a horn. Aww, it's a pop that tells of discreet luxury. Behind that we've got our typical Japanese layout for the stalks. We've got our wipers on the left-hand side, and we've got indicators and lights on the right-hand side, as often is the case. Hidden behind that, we've got a whole bunch of extra little controls. Engine start stop, obviously, lighting, EDC, power fold for the mirrors. This is the aftermarket one for the rear fog light that's had to be added for the UK market. And this is for the air purifier. That's a really unusual feature you don't see very often. This is a luxury extra item this car has had fitted, I believe, from the factory looking at it. I love the fact that someone in Japan has taken the time to label up these two releases for the fuel filler and for the bonnet. I'm assuming that is the kanji script for bonnet and fuel filler flap. Back into the centre again. We've got our big infotainment screen. It's one that's been replaced for the car. It looks like a Lexus on there, so it might have been robbed out of a different car. I doubt it very much though. It's being like an American car. Now this is interesting. We've got dual zone climate, but this is the temperature for the front, and this is the temperature for the passenger rear areas. So it's dual zone climate, but not in the same direction you'd normally expect it to be. It's front to back rather than left to right. It is, being Japanese, automatic. Like the Americans, they mostly have automatics for anything bigger than a compact or a sports car. And we've got a little cubby area, a little storage thing which is felted for non-rattling. I guess it's been used quite a lot. Underneath that we've got a 12-volt socket, and we've got heated seat controls, I think for the passenger side probably. Oh yes, here's the driver's side down here. Another bank of hidden controls, little controls tucked away everywhere. And roll this cup holder area away, and we've got another storage bin. There is storage literally everywhere. Something I've just noticed, the driver's side doesn't get this. The driver's side is just a regular seat with a plastic front. The front passenger side though, never mind your little kind of extension of BMW or a Mercedes to give your backs of your knees a little bit of extra support. This gets a full-on leg lift, like you're going into an old people's home to sit on a comfy chair. That's cool. And of course it's electric. So let's take the Alphard on the road. Ooh, we turn the power on and the seat slides into your driving position. Ooh, very fancy. I haven't memorised the seat position yet, so that's a little bit weird. I did just manoeuvre it out here from the car park, and I noticed the mirrors drop when you reverse as well. We've got this interesting gate, a bit like a Jaguar J gate. So you've got regular drive, and I've also got the sport mode we can move it into. Let's leave it in regular drive for now. And of course we've got the push on and push to release foot parking brake as well. We won't trouble that though. Now for lovers of wiper action, we have got big wipers just there with a pull to mist function, and our intermittent phase is infinitely variable, just a rotating thing. It's got a couple of little notches to stop in, and our rear is a downward hanger. Oh, I love that V6 sound. I mean, every engine has got its own unique, interesting personality, but the V6 has got that little kind of creamy thing. It's kind of got that edge of a V8, but at the same time you've got a little more creaminess than you have in a V8, which is just a little more rumble and rasp. So it still hints at power, but at the same time suggests you are going to be in for a comfortable time. Although with 280 horsepower under my right foot, I imagine it's relatively brisk. Although down this particular road I won't be too brisk because the surface isn't the best. So this one I believe is a front wheel drive only car rather than a four wheel drive, but we do get the same amount of power, 280 horsepower. As I say, oh, it just locked itself, that was a bit of a surprise. Wow. it really does want to put the power down. So yeah, it's got a lot of power and it's also pulling a fair amount of weight. With all the luxury extras, the weight of the wiring and the motors that goes with that. If you'd chosen the Vellfire version of this car, you would have had to go to the Nets series of dealers. These were the youthful, sporty dealers. The Alphard was available at the Toyopet dealerships, which were more family orientated. Now in Japan, although they are Toyota dealers and other brand dealers, you have to go to a specific chain of them to buy certain models. It's quite an interesting thing, or at least it was up until around 2020. So the Vellfire versions only came from the Nets dealers. The Alphards, I think, were more widely available. Now you really can see though why these are more popular in Japan than a crossover SUV style of vehicle, because even driving at relatively low speeds, because this road's not great, you really can see why the Japanese do go and prefer these kind of things. For their people carrying requirements, this is so much more luxurious. I'm not even having to go particularly quickly to feel the difference in luxury and control I would have over, I don't know, Nissan Qashqai or something. With an SUV slash crossover, your centre of gravity is raised up and the whole thing just feels a bit kind of wobbly. This thing just feels planted. It feels like a proper car. And to aid your visibility, it's even got little windows in the front of the A-post, little tiny quarter lights. And as we're threading down this small road, bear in mind that although yes, it is a big long car and it looks very big from the outside, it's actually smaller than something like a 7 Series or an S-Class, which is the equivalent kind of luxury interior. It's way smaller than a Bentley. And the ride you get from this thing, because it's got relatively small wheels with thick tyres and suspension that's been engineered to drive smoothly through a city or on the open road, this car has never been near the Nürburgring. The designers of this car didn't care about giving it sporty handling or sporty pretensions. The Vellfire, well, its only sporty pretension is split headlights and a deeper front bumper. It still looks and feels exactly the same way on the inside. Oh, I don't know if you can see it on the side camera now, but that dashboard has lit up with the auto lights and it's absolutely beautiful. Whereas before it was all just a charcoal silver grey, now we've got the numbers just glowing out of there. Oh, it's wonderful. There's one particularly interesting Japanese idiosyncratic item over there on the passenger front wing, and it's a curious little mirror. It's a double-facing convex mirror, which gives me an interesting view across the front of the car looking down, and also down the side of the car so I can see what's kind of tucked in next to me. Really interesting. They take their pedestrian safety very seriously over there, it would appear. So as a people-moving proposition, this thing really is unbeatable. I mean, I have got 6 seats here. Okay, you could have had it as an 8-seater, but I've got 6 here, and every single one is like being in first class on a private jet. It feels so luxurious. I've got armrests everywhere, I've got cup holders everywhere, I've got so much headroom, I've got decent arm room for my elbows. It's fabulous. I don't need a car like this. I kind of wish I did though, just so I could go buy one. The only downside with it is because it's a fairly weighty vehicle and it's front wheel drive only on this particular one, on a slippery surface it does want to spin a wheel a bit easily. Now your powertrain options are all petrol only or petrol hybrid. There's no diesel options at all. It's the hybrid synergy drive that Toyota like to use that you can fit into this, and of course it's all automatic or CVT as well, no manual options either. This is basically because it is a Japanese market car and that's the kind of stuff they like over there. It's also a big seller over in places like the Middle East, in Malaysia, Southeast Asia. It's considered basically a luxury vehicle. This is something, if someone was going to choose a luxury car, this is what they would go and buy. Apparently also popular in Russia, at least until recently. And the range is quite extensive. It starts with the basic X, which just has 1 powered door and cloth seats. Then you've got the Z, which is a 7-seater with ottoman chairs in the back. Then the V is the top spec in the standard cars. Comes with 7 or 8-seater cloth seats and 2 powered doors. Then you get into the good stuff. There's the S trim, which comes in C or G package, depending if it's Vellfire or Alphard. And then there is what I believe this is, the G, which comes in the L or Luxury Edition package, which comes with a pair of middle row captain's chairs, which can even be spec'd with heating and cooling ventilation in them. Up until November 2011, you could even spec the Royal Lounge, which was a dealer upgrade which gave you just 2 seats in the back in a massive palatial kingdom of space and comfort. engine sounds great. The brakes are really powerful as well. Unfortunately, there's lots of speed humps down here. I'm not going too far in this car because once I get away from this long straight road with a little bit of a curve in it, I wind up in some very narrow, dirty village roads, and I don't want to get this car filthy in the countryside. Now, if you are interested in this particular car or any of its brethren back there in the car park, check out Go Green Motors. The link is in the description below, where they've got a wide range of these things and more coming in all the time. It does have an eco mode. If I turn that on, it doesn't really make a lot of difference that I can perceive. It still wants to absolutely throw itself down the road quite aggressively. So the 6-speed gearbox is pretty smooth and it marries very well with the V6 straight out of a Lexus. The brakes are very powerful. You can stop this thing really quickly and easily, no bother at all. And the car is determined to accelerate very hard indeed, given the slightest provocation. Visibility is really good, considering we've got great big windows all the way around. Huge windscreen disappears a long way in front of me. That is one thing that does make it a little bit awkward when you try and park it and nose it up against stuff, because it's kind of hard to tell where the front of the car actually is. Reversing it though is not a problem because a big square boxy back end. When you do reverse, you can see everything very clearly. I'm surprised it hasn't got the rear mirror sort of dangling on the back as these kind of cars often do. And we have of course got these wind deflector things so you can drop the window ever so slightly and not have the rain blow in, have a bit of breeze, because Japan can be quite humid and also quite rainy. This car is a little bit unusual with its centre-mounted air purification system. I've never seen that before. But it is a little bit weird because I can hear it kind of just hushing away in the background like an air conditioner. And when I first pulled away, I thought I'd not shut a door on the car somewhere. And of course I realised after I've been around and checked everything, it's actually that thing in the ceiling. But with two big sunroofs and these big windows and this nice light tan interior, it feels very, very light and airy. It's a lovely place to be. And this seat is so supportive, so nice. Yeah, I could see myself being quite at home in one of these things. I like this a lot. There are a few turns to lock more than I expected there might be, which is interesting though, because it's got, well, really strong power steering and it's a lovely smooth feeling system. But you might imagine it's going to whip around one corner to the next quite rapidly as you rotate the wheel, but no, it's actually takes a little bit of a spin around. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this ride out in this amazing Japanese only, or Japanese area only car, which we never got here in the UK as a standard import. Toyota really are missing a trick bringing us, well, not this, frankly. If you've enjoyed this, please, as always, hit like and of course subscribe, and join us again next time driving something completely different.